Hey guys, Tarp here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus. Playing for today's pointing on the right, we have Itaperuna. Playing as OKW, and his loadout is Grand Offensive. Fortifications. And Overwatch. Face off against him, we have Markov playing as Soviets. Straight away locking into guard mode coordination. In terms of ranks, Markov ranked 20 at the moment. Itaperuna ranked 21. So a super even match here between these two in terms of rankings. Looking forward to it. A slightly unusual build here. We're seeing a double combat engineer early on from Markov. I'm not going for tier 1 with it. Going into conscripts after that. I did see Love Nest make use of a similar build. The World Championships, but I personally find it way too hard to defend against OKW with that build. Anyway, lots of rifles firing at the Kubel, chasing it away quickly, doesn't get to do much damage. And double conscripts staying aggressive. Looks like they're going to come for this munitions cutoff now. Kubel's going to have to be on its toes. And there it goes, and it looks like the Stern Pioneer's not getting involved for quite some time. Comes a squad of Fox Grenadiers. Conscripts tried to take cover. But it looks like things are... Wow, they're just getting chopped up here. I feel like they're getting some pretty bad RNG. And then come the Stern Pioneers, and that push didn't amount to much for Markov. Forced off there now. We're going to come out for some repairs. We have the combat engineers though coming on the offensive. Maybe they'll be able to sneak some control of this fuel point. Looks like Itaperuna pushing aggressively now to Markov's fuel. But Markov doing a good job with this other squad of conscripts coming in from the side, making things a little bit tricky here. Trying to stall on that building, but eventually those combat engineers getting forced off. And Kubel back up to full, looking for some more damage. Tech truck for Itaperuna. Got medics back here for Markov. Pretty fast medics. And Kubel jumping on to the fuel point, going to get the neutralize. Combat engineers though did manage to get neutralized down here, and I've also got a mine down on this point. So if this squad tries to come over here, they might hit their mine, might get suppressed and end up losing that engagement because of it. But it looks like maybe Itaperuna saw that. It's bringing the sweeper over. Interesting move as well from Itaperuna, coming across here to the cutoff after already like capping the fuel. Not entirely necessary. Can be good though if you can get like a sandbag down on this. Future harassments of the cutoff. And it's going to be battle group for Itaperuna. Speaking of sandbags, got a couple going down from Markov. It's actually one thing we haven't seen, I don't think any from Itaperuna so far. Usually Auctioneers are just spamming those sandbags. Here comes the flamethrower, closing the distance. Squad pretty well spread out though, so Flame are not doing too much damage here. There's another squad of conscripts. Squad needs to stay close for the merge to keep that flame on the field as long as possible. Back at base, we've got tier 2 going down. Oh, and that squad's pretty clumped up, so the flamer should do some real good damage to them here. Yeah, you see how much damage they did in just 2 flame bursts. And Markov continuing on the offensive here. Here comes the Kubel though. Oh, late to merge, but he gets it off. And yeah, that squad retreating early. 5 men, wants to maintain the manpower. Two pioneers. Oh, they're chopping through. Could get the wipe here. Or maybe not. Close call though. Comes a machine gun for Itaperuna. Back the other way, we've got some guards for Markov. So yeah, very similar to the build we saw from Love Nest in the World Championships. One of the benefits of going for an extra combat engineer is to have another squad conscript, leaves you with a little bit more. Oh, that's cool. A little bit more manpower for those faster medics for the squad of guards at this stage in the game, and a little bit more flexibility as to when you build your tech. Oh boy, that was a late retreat. Wow, super lucky escape there. Oh, that was a really fast incendiary grenade, but a similarly fast dodge. I don't think he took even a lick of damage from that reactions. And it's a double flamer build for Markov as well, so it is going to be a little bit vulnerable to those mines. Oh. Flamer needs to stay still so it can get merged into, and there it goes. Markov going to jump back into the building. And he was thinking about tossing another incendiary grenade, but that squad was getting too low. Might have ended up losing it. Here's one for a fresh squad. I don't know how much damage they'll take though. So they did take a bit. Jumping out. It looked like most of the mods were in the upper story of that. Possible they wouldn't have taken much damage from the incendiary grenade. But now with these TUs upgraded, the conscripts really start to struggle. That's where it can be tricky playing against Tokyo W. Looks like Itaperuna trying to roll this into a super fast tech. Look at how much fuel he has already. He can put down the Schwer with the upgrade. And you know, if you're trying to go for these kind of builds, this is how you want to do it. You want to try and get your tech up if possible before the T70 arrives. That way you have like a zone of safety around the tech truck from the T70 can help you actually hold on to some map control. So Itaperuna's finding the window to do that now. Pretty well defended as well. 2 units nearby protecting it against incoming enemy units, but he is sending quite a lot more units to the north. Gonna try and get some harassment done, and in response to that there are a lot of squads coming down here from Markov. He's maybe a little bit late on his T70 build, but might be rolling this straight into fast medium. Oh, conscripts could flank around the corner here. Looks like he tried to switch targets, but the conscripts got around the side, and in come a whole bunch of units. But there we go, the Panzer authorization finishes. Flak cannon upgrades, and also away so many units right there. Just in the nick of time too. With the squad coming in, maybe with some demo charges, some guards nearby. This could have gone down. Ultimately, forces just about Markov's entire army away. And at the same time did get a bit of harassment done in the north as well. So it worked out pretty much perfectly for Itaperuna. Has gone for a Raketin, but not up against anything at the moment. And wow, it looks like Markov going for a heavy mortar team. As selected, of course, guard motor coordination. And those heavy mortars can be pretty effective at sieging out a tech truck. Looks like that is what Markov's going for at the moment. Can operate near the mortar from a safe range than trying to knock it down with a Zis or something. Doesn't need quite as many protections. Senior grenade, decent dodge. Got some firing positions, doing quite a lot of damage there. And Itaperuna gonna have a pretty smooth transition here into the medium tanks. And Markov, he was gonna go for the T-70. It's well past its moment now, so must be looking for a fast medium. But he's lost control of his northern fuel for a long time now. It's quite costly. Really needs to get his tech down as well. I'm a little bit surprised he's going for a machine gun here. Not getting his tech down in this scenario, much better to start upgrading all these conscripts with the 7-man upgrade. Give you so much more fighting strength right across the map. But here we go, Itaperuna coming forwards, looking to put some pressure on the heavy mortar team. Guards and conscripts are nearby, but they're quite low, and looks like this is going to have to be the end of that push. About a quarter health off that, not too much. But, you know, if you had the maximum there, obviously that would hold his territory a little bit more effectively. This wasn't the case. Okay, Maxim coming down the middle. This squad of Volksgrenadiers is coming at a risky angle. Trying to come around the corner now, but we've got a flamer, we've got a conscript there. Locks that out. Pushing forwards now. So I'm probably going to run into these obers, but the flamethrowers there maybe for a bit of a flank. Conscripts coming out of base, but MG34 in a nice position to shut that down. Maxim trying to set up, and it looks like the obers closing in for a bundle grenade. And suppression kicks in just before they get it off. Heavy mortar going to work on the machine gun. Sender grenades. Even if he does force to retreat, that arrows will go far, and wow, huge heavy mortar shot. Clears out the machine gun. Itaperuna is a bit sad about that, but that was clumped up on the light cover, and that was 2 shots, you know. It's not like it just got one hit. Softened up by the first, and then cleared out by the second. Usually the heavy mortar not super accurate, but that was, you know, reasonably close range for it. That gun's still in position to defend the fuel, and Itaperuna has spent a bit of time repairing that back up. He's got the repair upgrade as well. Now Markov going for a Zis. I suppose he is going to be up against a tank pretty shortly. Panzer IV in production for Itaperuna. We have conscript AT grenades, not quite yet. Okay, Stern Pioneer's getting a flank on the stolen MG34. We've got 2 squads of conscripts nearby. Should be able to force away these Stern Pioneers. But the siege is on. Here comes Panzer IV. This is not quite in position. Coming across now. Oh, wow. Getting actually got a kill there. Obers and Volks pushing a slightly different angle here. And these conscripts really struggling to hold the line against these weapon upgrade squads. That's why I was thinking Well, for the tech earlier, getting the 7-man upgrade would be a lot more helpful. Still at about 2/3 health. Here comes the Panzer IV. Is this setting up? And penetrates this time. MT-34 setting up. Is this taking a bit of damage from the overs, but they're about to get suppressed. That was a pretty good pushback from Itaperuna. He's actually going for an infantry support gun now. Might be necessary now that he's up against 2 machine guns. Can be tough to outposition them all the time. This commander though, he could go for the LFH. That would be my personal preference. Having selected Fortifications. More to going to work on the tech truck again, which did receive some repairs. And now there's this teaming up, getting some attack ground shots in as well. And that's starting to go down fast. Panzer IV has to mobilize back up to full strength though. A couple of squads of infantry arriving. And here we go, P4 lining up on the Zis, gets a good hit. Could get the decrew on it here if he's a little bit lucky. There we go. No, he merged into it as it was getting decrewed. Mark vehicle onto Panzer IV. It's actually getting a little bit low here. The button as well from Markov. No AT grenades though. Itaperuna did branch out to the north, getting control of the VP up there first. Oh, putting some S-mines up there as well. Good choice. The real strengths of that commander. Oh, ooh, big Zis barrage. Getting in a bit of trouble. Double machine guns really causing Itaperuna a lot of headaches here. Trouble outmaneuvering those. And there we go, he's having to come across and try and repair while under heavy mortar fire. Risky maneuver. It looks like he really wants to hold on to it for just a little bit longer. Nice S-mines there, but good reactions from Markov, hitting retreat quickly. It's very close to being able to afford another Panzer IV out of there, but I don't think the truck's going to last that long. It's barraging, trying to knock out the Zis here. Seeing a few merges in by Markov to keep the Zis healthy. But the Zis about to get decrewed here. Oh, heavy mortar knocked out. Sternbein is repairing finally. And with that, Itaperuna has to give up this position. Good, slow but steady siege there from Markov. And I think what it all hinged on was him stealing that second machine gun. Seeing the MG34 away from Itaperuna just made it so much harder for Itaperuna to get in there, force off those team weapons. And that was all he needed. Maybe we should, yeah. The infantry support gun did a pretty good amount of damage, but maybe if we saw a howitzer, he might have been able to saturate the area a little bit more effectively, force away those team weapons. Maybe now go for the howitzer since he doesn't have a tech truck down anymore. Limits his options a little bit. Or may try save for the King Tiger. Like the other way, Markov. Yeah, he's got plenty of fuel, but struggling for manpower. Finally gets out the T-34-85. So he's heading up to the north to clear that out. Got those S-mines. There's actually a bunker up there now as well. Oh, he's going for the crush. Not quite. The cannon finishes the job. dueling. Raketten, remember, was decrewed still over there. So no support for Itaperuna's Panzer IV here. This is a little bit risky. Is this now in position? Goes for a blind attack round. T34 coming back in. It's got a bit more confidence now, backed up by the Zis, and Itaperuna saw that attack ground shot, so it's not trying to overextend. Seems like Itaperuna a little bit unsure of what to go for now. Loading a few resources here. Prepared the Panzer IV up again. And may even be able to get the 85 kill here. Chasing in. Just pop the blitz maybe. No! Wow! That was super lucky. Penetrating, or landing and penetrating those shots at those ranges on the move. Panzer IV is blessed. Now trying to follow up, trying to knock out the Zis, but it's too close to the Soviet base. Not going to end up working. Might be able to clean up these combat engineers though. Just going to pull all the way back. Could do some real damage to these double machine guns though. Yep. This is away those. So a good fight back there for Itaperuna. Really needed that after losing his tech truck. Gives him a lot more options now on what to do. Looks like he's going to try rebuild his tech. Send it out onto the battlefield. Maybe in a slightly more defensive position now. Yep, just covering this cutoff really. This is a reasonable position for it though if you want to try to put a howitzer down. You leave it pretty well defended. This takes care of the bunker, opening up the capture in the north. Ooh, big heavy mortar shell, almost takes down the Folks. Here comes the Panzer IV, but rear armor shot. 3485. Pops the blitz. But as this connects, 85 gets a main gun crit now. Panzer IV might just be fast enough to outrun it though. Gonna be close. Tech truck is down. Maybe they'll block the sight, block the shots. It looks like he's going for the kill on that. Squad coming forwards to threaten the snare. Zis and machine gun coming in though. It looks like he does have an idea to try and knock this out. Here we go, he's going to take the Faust. Still no Raketten for Itaperuna though. This could be trouble. Is this coming all the way forwards here? T-3485 tanking the shots. Incendiary grenade onto the Zis. Going to get the decrew on it. The tech truck is still going down. Maybe more coming in now. T-3485 just has, you know, that little bit extra armor. Stops so many of those flat cannon shots from penetrating. Oh, but it takes a main gun critical. And now we have a Panzer IV in the works for Itaperuna, but will it arrive before the heavy mortar finishes the HQ? I think one more mortar shell will finish the job. Oh, this is a direct hit. Oh, I don't think that was a direct hit, guards. PTRS's just before the Panzer IV comes out. That was crazy. Super lucky timing there for Markov. But that was really just... You may say, oh, why did he bother putting his tech truck forwards like that? But I don't think that was really to blame. It was not having any supporting anti-tank to force off that T-3485. You just forced that off a lot earlier. The tech truck wouldn't have gone down there. Panzer IV. All forwards, maybe hoping to clear off the damaged T-3485, but there's a fresh one there for Markov now, so that may not end up working out too well. Rear armor hit straight away. Connects on the one that's getting crew repaired at the moment. Marked vehicle onto the Panzer IV. Looks like a couple not direct hits there, but they end up doing some pretty good damage thanks to the damage boost. Marked vehicle. And now assists in Itaperuna's hands. Going to be really helpful against these T-34-85s. Another tech truck going down. Same position. This one a little bit riskier given how little map control Itaperuna has at the moment. This could backfire on them. Good control there, getting away with 85 before the Faust comes through. Itaperuna actually going straight into machine gun at the moment. Interesting. Markov has lost quite a bit of his infantry. So the infantry support gun there decrewing the heavy mortar team. It's down 2 conscripts and 1 combat engineer.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
This is lining up. Panzer IV holding strong thanks to those skirts, the extra armor. Bouncing some crucial shots on these 85s. And those Obers hitting Vet 2 now, that is scary. That's when they really start ripping through. Just to their accuracy bonus. Now I've got 2 AT guns. These T-34-85s in a bit of trouble. And they are just struggling against this Panzer IV, not penetrating at all. He's going to have to pull all the way back. Did manage to steal away that decrewed Raketen, which was down here for like 10 minutes. So it's going to help him. But now Markov forced off almost completely. Maybe a heavy mortar. No, it's going to be destroyed. Itaperuna, by going for a second anti-tank gun, makes me think he's maybe going for a heavier vehicle of some sort. Maybe the Panther. Maybe a King Tiger. Unlikely, but it's just going straight for a Panzer IV, you know. Pretty close to that now, and the extra manpower from the second AT gun would maybe hamper him.
We stand at 300 points.
Yeah, Itaperuna ticking under 300 now. Pretty close in the victory point score at the moment for both players though, so no decisive play to win the match yet. Yeah, we got some zeroing artillery coming down. Right on top of this Raketen. Art vehicle on this Panzer IV on the bottom. He's lost sight of this though, so no more shells are landing. And Raketen getting out of there now. So Raketen in the south. Good position to repel the T-34-85. Second one was going for a drive-by, hoping to find the Panzer IV undefended, but the second AT gun was there. This 85 trying to stick around and knocks out the Obers. What a shot! That was a little bit lucky, I have to say. These 3 moles were pretty healthy, but I suppose they were a little bit clumped up. Itaperuna on the back foot now after that. Markov with quite a few resources. What's he going to go for next? Could be a scenario for Katyusha, I suppose. He's up against a few support weapons. Could also just go for the SU-85, just really give it to these Panzer IVs. And that's going to be the option. That way the TP485s can be a little bit more free to deal with the infantry and the team weapons. Itaperuna pushing another marked vehicle onto the Panzer IV. Just so many munitions free, just constantly activating that. Here comes the 85. It's around the side of the Raketen, but the Zis is back there. And now that T-3485 in some trouble, goes for the ram. Unsuccessful. Oh boy, but squad down in the middle. Stern Pioneers didn't even retreat. Could lose the Folks as well. No, not quite. Comes the T-3485 Raketen coming in. But the AAT guns have repositioned. Oh boy. Whoa, Panzer IV getting a lucky bounce. And 85 unable to finish him off. Just rounds the sight blocker slash shot blocker there. That Panzer IV has been absurdly lucky for the bounces this game. Still ticking. But yeah, Markov not really measuring himself. That was just like a full-on throw with that T-3485. A little bit too reckless. Got the SU-85 now though, so it should be pretty good. And the second Panzer IV for Itaperuna. A little bit surprising. I was thinking I see something else, but I suppose he doesn't really need a Panther at the moment. Maybe he wants a little bit more anti-infantry. Panzer IV coming around. Ken moving to position. Oh, just swung up for a barrage. Oh, Kitten misses that first shot on the Panzer IV. Guard's getting super low in the middle. SU-85 connecting, so is the Raketen. P4 could go down here. No. Close call. Now is this getting a little bit low? Gonna get out of there though. Both Panzer IVs low in health. He's a little bit slow. Itaperuna did have to rebuild those Stern Pioneers. Which is why he's been struggling. Oh wow, he lost those guards? What? He just didn't retreat them at all, did he? Was not expecting those to go down there. Okay, in comes T-3485. Maybe gonna look for a crush here. Push them out of cover. Quick retreat from Itaperuna though. And the highly vetted Panzer IV is ready to go. Getting pushing forwards around the corner. 3485 getting a little bit of damage on it. Oh. Trading blows here. Oh boy, Raketen gets decrewed. That Panzer IV really accurate there. Trying to get the decrew on this Raketen. And does. There we go. And the Zis pulled quite far back. Here comes SU-85 now. Panzer IV maybe sticking around a little bit too long. SU-85 connecting. Here comes the Zis. And Panzer IV's going to get away on one shot. No, maybe the 85's going to chase in here. A little bit risky. No, it's just going to do a bit of damage to this. Pull Falls back. Markov in control of 2 VPs at the moment. Itaperuna now falling about 150 points behind. And it looks like Markov gonna go for the kill on these 2 decruised anti-tank guns. And just further invest into armor, going for another T-34-85. Usually this would be a bit troublesome, but because he's got the vehicle crew self-repairs for repairs, with plenty of munitions to back it up, and of course T-34s, once they're vetted up, can use secure mode to capture points. It shouldn't be too bad for him. Get to like some other builds if you try to go for 3 medium tanks. Jagdpanzer now for Itaperuna, I think that's a good choice. Needs to fight back now. Can't afford to wait for a Panther. It's one down though, the last combat engineer from Markov. And comes Panzer IV, this is there as well. 85 could be in a bit of trouble here. Gonna come down to the penetrations. Penetrates. Thinks about chasing now, but 2 T-34-85s are here as this moves up. T-34-85s don't want to chase right in front of that Zis. Oh, SU-85 connected though. Found the angle. You fall one shot from death now. I think it's just so much easier for Markov in the infantry department though without those overs running around. It's a big loss for Itaperuna. Down the middle. Ooh. 45 pulling back. Looks like Markov having a little bit of trouble controlling all his armor at once. This could be tricky. Jagdpanzer are pushing forwards. A few of these tanks not fully repaired at the moment. Gonna come down to positioning and AT gun positioning as well. Who wins the next armor fight? Which may decide the game. This is pretty nasty, you know, fully vetted up. Gonna have a really good rate of fire on that. Okay, 85 coming around south, maybe looking for a flank. Markov doesn't need to overcook it here. He's got control of 2 VPs at the moment. Sitting pretty. But here he comes. T-34-85 pushing forwards aggressively. No marked vehicle yet. Jagdpanzer doing some really good damage from long range. Vet 3 T-34-85 in a bit of trouble. And the Zis finishes the job on it. SU-85 now the next target for Itaperuna. Is this coming forwards? And there we go, T-34-85 down as well. Big losses here from Markov, getting nothing in return. Now the Jagdpanzer and P4 pushing forwards. SU-85 briefly losing sight. He's on focus sight mode, misses that shot. Here comes a fresh T-34-85. They're trying to get around the rear. Jagdpanzer in some trouble now. Jagdpanzer could go down. T-34 needs to penetrate this next shot. And there we go, finishes it. Oh, SU-85 connecting with the Panzer IV, trying to go for the kill. SU-85 in trouble now, maybe from the Zis. Loses sight of it though. In comes the vetted up P4. Just about back up to full. Ooh, but the Zis got decrewed. And it looks like Markov gonna get away. But that was not clean for him at all. He salvaged the situation pretty well, cleaning up those 2 tanks afterwards, but he lost a lot. He lost his machine gun, which is over here decrewed. 3 T-34-85s I think it was as well. It's going to be destroyed now. Just make use of the crew repairs here. Another Raketin coming in for Itaperuna. And now Katyusha for Markov. He's so light on infantry though. Do worry about that. This Nexus can be, you know, a little bit tricky to defend your Katyusha on as well. It's reasonably open for those kind of base dives going after rocket artillery. I haven't seen too many mines down from Markov so far either. But he's just, you know, repairing up his tanks. Ready to go now.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
And without the Yagpans on the field, Markov can be a little bit more confident. Ooh, I was checking down a booby trap there. Oh! There's a mine. Whose mine was that? I did see a mine from Markov earlier. I'm not sure if that was in that position though. This gets a shot on there. Katyusha targeting the Zis now. Su-85 blasting away at the Panzer IV. Big booby trap. Almost knocks out the whole conscript squad. Through 45. Trying to stay out of Faust range here, but in comes a Raketin. It's a little bit closer now, going in for the chase down, hoping to get the white. Not able to. Su-85, Vet 2 now. Going forward, Zis coming back in. Didn't take too much damage from the Katyusha. Su-85 has to be careful. Oh, that squad goes down. Chasing him for the Faust a little bit too long. T-3485 finishes the job. Pretty good for Markov the overall. Got a lot of damage onto the Panzer IV. Wiped a squad. Had the potential to do more. Could have wiped the Zis and maybe even won the game on the spot if that was the case. Okay, another squad of guards for Markov. I think that's a fair choice. He's got plenty of munitions to upgrade them. Button is always useful.
Yes, comrade.
Only one kill from the first Katyusha barrage. That's reasonably long range, I suppose. Maybe that was the minus thing about from Markov. It looks like it's actually taking some damage. Interesting. I don't know if mines could take damage without blowing up. News to me. There we go, conscripts forcing away the overs. Highly vetted. T-35 coming forwards, getting around the side of this Raketin here. Trying to force it away. Here comes the Katyusha. Ooh, nearly taking out that Volksgrenadier. Raketin repositions on the T-3485, but the 85 finishes it off with good timing. The mine triggers on the Su-85. But it still managed to get the killing blow on the Panzer IV. Itaperuna says it was lag. We got 85 now on a rampage, takes out another AT gun. Zeroing artillery dropped by Itaperuna though. So might not be able to finish it right at this second. If he's not going to finish it, maybe he should either steal or destroy some of these decrewed AT guns, otherwise they could come back to bite him later on. Itaperuna with a lot of resources at the moment. I think he's trying to save for a Panther. Markov going in for the kill though, going for the third victory point in the south. 86 remaining. It's draining out fast. But yeah, he didn't stick around to destroy these AT guns. I think that's a big mistake. Maybe opening the door for Itaperuna to come back into this one. And there's going to be a Panther.
The enemy has 75 points remaining. You appear suited for command.
And another T-34-85 for Markov, wow. But the Zis, you know, does get taken. Might just need to send that out to a VP though to cap. 58 points remaining. Nothing on the field capping at the moment. Gearing it up, okay.
We have taken the enemy down to 50 points.
Speed this up, not much going on at the moment.
Guard squad ready. We have a new T-34 standing by.
Here we are. Ticking under 30 now. He's branching out to this far VP with both his squads of infantry. Infantry support gun in a bit of trouble, and here we go. Markov surging forwards, going for the truck. Panther is there this time, so is the Zis. This gets decrewed quickly though.
The people anticipate our victory. The enemy has 10 points remaining.
And Itaperuna throws in the towel. A close game, a good back and forth here. Markov almost throwing the game with that armor engagement over here, losing 3 T-34-85s with not much in return. Luckily, you know, stayed aggressive, managed to pick off a Panzer IV and the Jagdpanzer after that. Otherwise, he probably would have lost the game on the spot. But Itaperuna struggled a little bit. You know, lost 2 tech trunks, which set him back a long way. Overall, I think his early game was, you know, pretty solid. But we saw once he lost that machine gun, he was just unable to force away the sieging force from the heavy mortar and the Zis combo, the 2 machine guns locking out the infantry, trying to flank it. And eventually they took down this truck, which was what set him back after a really good start. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. And good luck.